Dolphins.
Yes.
Mike McDaniels, how you feeling?
Man, you should have knew that was coming.
How you feeling, man? How you feel about your draft?
I wouldn't have known it. This all started day 3. I don't even know who started this, but probably Dante.
I wasn't there for day 3.
I absolutely loved.
So you can't blame me.
I absolutely loved Chop Robinson. That was my number 1 edge. I think it was a great pick. So the way that I had it broken up for them, which kind of hurt, was day 1 was an A+. Day 2 was a D, and day 3 was a B. I did not like. So their only pick in day 2 was Patrick Paul, who has been injured for quite a bit and also has just bounced around from multiple positions. Never really found a good position to stick at, and was the quote unquote star at that position. Kind of opposite of Jackson Powers Johnson, who bounced around and really kind of found his place at set. This is more of a swing tackle or just swing offensive lineman that you're hoping you can kind of stick and stay there. And even then, as much as I love the Chop Robinson, you probably should have gone Graham Barton, because the second your center went down against the Titans, your entire season was just down the drain from then.
I agree.
Jalen Wright, I mean, that's great. You add speed. I mean, all the speeds go to Miami. I agree.
Don't they have
Hayden, it's my turn.
Still?
I'm talking about my team.
I'm just asking, do they still have Raheem Mostert?
Yes.
Yes.
I was about to mention that before you cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You keep cutting me off, and I'm sick of it. You've got Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. Like, Jalen Wright was not that much of a need. I get, like, obviously, Raheem Mostert's like 32 years old. Like, I get it. He's freaking old. He's at the end of his career, but he, still led in the most rushing touchdowns. So there's that as well. And I get it. Achane was out for half the season, unfortunately. So I get that as well as kind of an insurance pickup as well. But at the end of the day, you didn't really need him. Muhammad Kamara,
great
bad
pick.
pick. Didn't like it.
Really?
Malik Washington, Patrick Morris, Taj Washington can potentially, fight for a third, fourth over what's his face, Braxton Berrios, who they also just assigned to be, or not assigned.
Why bring him back just to cut him?
Out 3 to be their slot. So Taj Washington's also kind of depth.
They're gonna cut my man's the
who?
Braxton Berrios.
I don't know, because they just re-signed him he was a free agent.
I know they're gonna cut him when Malik Washington goes off.
I don't know if I don't know. If Taj Washington goes off, then sure. Obviously, it's not like Braxton Berrios is safe just because he re-signed a contract.
I don't know. I think Taj Washington got absolutely missed on, and I want to know why he did, because he's a really good player.
Who is that number 1 out there in USC for Caleb?
It was actually Brendan, and touchdowns, and Taj for yards.
Yeah.
I was more impressed by Taj than Brendan. I'll say this: day 1, great pick. I love Chop. Day 2, I like going for the trend.
You told this group about Chop.
You did.
Yep. This dude said,
so it's like, it's me.
It was me.
Of course, the one
Sora
player I told
McDaniels
y'all
up here
about, I ain't going to be on to talk about him and give him the hype he deserved in Melton. That sucks. But day 2, I like the idea of going offensive line. I just don't like the guy they went. And then day 3, start off with Jalen Wright. You don't need a running back.
They didn't.
Early.
Muhammad Kamara, I'm okay with, but Jalen Wright and the overabundance of wide receivers,
if they just went Taj or Malik, I wouldn't be mad.
They need an interior offensive lineman. They didn't pick one. They picked Patrick Paul. He's a tackle.
Hold up.
They needed tight end and they needed a corner, and they didn't choose any of that.
As much as I love Chop Robinson, they should have gone Graham Barton, because again, the second your center went out, your entire season was a shit show.
You needed Graham Barton would have been the best pick, but Chop was a pretty good pick. You do need D line, and they did hit
I
that
guess
with
spoiler
Chop
for
and
tomorrow.
Muhammad.
I'm very high on Grant Barton and the Bucks. That is all I will say.
You got
Oh,
that.
I think
Taj,
my
you
ranking
add
will reflect
depth.
that as well.
I feel like they went too much depth here with Jalen Wright and the Washingtons. If they would have took one of them and just didn't even take Jalen Wright at all, and went running back.
They didn't need to
maybe
take
at
any
pick
running
one and-
backs. Why'd they pick a
didn't.
running back in the first place?
I'm just saying the only way I would be okay with it is if it was at where Taj was, just depth wise.
And that's still a reach. Keep
is.
building depth on your team with they picked no corner.
Well, you need to,
It should have been a corner right there.
At pick 2, you should have won a corner. You could argue. Pick 4.
I mean,
it was
I like
four rounds.
Patrick. I like Patrick Paul, but like, can he play guard though?
You don't. That's the thing. You had interior linemen available. You just lost the like 2 best, like on the boards for people. Those were the only 2 gone.
Yeah, who knows, man.
Like,
The Dolphins get a B overall, though. I mean, it's really a B minus because they're teetering
That's
on the
what it
brink
is.
between the C. It's a B minus across the
I
board.
can't justify anything over a B minus. I can't with this. It's C plus B minus. I'm on that fringe.
This draft is heavily anchored by 2 players to me: Taj Washington and Chop Robinson.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't get Chop, it probably would have been a C
even
minus.
even then, Chop probably wasn't the best move.
No.
Give me